Record. So thanks for joining us today. We want to talk to you guys today about how to help OV and increase overall volume within your team. We've got a really low month. I don't know, I'm just trying to put someone on mute. We've got a really low month happening this month with overall volume, and January last year we noticed was the same.
Yeah.
And I've spoken to our account manager, and she said that, you know, generally January is a pretty low month in general. So I think that's really good to know, because you need to start setting yourself up for that come about October, in order to, can you do this? You need to sort of start setting yourself up in October to like take into account maybe the drop in January. So it is good to, like, you know, we're still learning as well, because we're really relatively new to the whole business of it all. So it's nice now that we're in our second year to see these ups and downs, and we kind of get a know as to when it's going to happen. We find even in our systemics and business that school holidays are generally lower in general.
Definitely.
So you might want to take that into account when you're doing your yearly plan. And I guess just encourage, like during the school holidays, encourage people to use their oils in the holidays, like for calming oils or camping oils. Or
it's really hard, because in school holidays we all feel like we should be on holidays as well, and that's true to some extent. Like, and a lot of people, it's summer, you know, things are happening. People are outside, they're on holidays, they're camping, they're not even sometimes probably don't even have the internet. You know, all sorts of things we can use as an excuse, I guess, or a reason that our business isn't growing in January. But I think sometimes they are a little bit of an excuse, because
depends which way you want to run your business. Like, you know, if you're happy to go on holidays and you've set yourself up that, you know, you're ready to take that hit of maybe dropping back a rank, or, you know, your volume isn't as high and all those type of things, that's great. Do it.
Absolutely.
But it's when you want to maintain that you can't have these excuses happen.
Yeah, because there's definitely lots of things we can do to keep that momentum going through January, and encouraging people to not just use the oils, but all the other products in the doTERRA range as well.
Okay. So I've got a big long list of ways that we can boost our overall volume or our OV. So for the newbies that are watching, because we've got a couple of brand new builders, is overall volume is your team's overall volume. So when you're trying to hit your rank, you obviously need a volume for whatever rank that you're trying to hit. I talk a lot with my hands, so you just have to get used to that, because I can't stop that. So executive, you need an overall volume of 2,000, elites 3,000, and I'm sure that anyone above that knows exactly what you need to hit. So first of all, when you're running a business, you have to invest in your business. And that doesn't mean pouring a lot of money into it. Investing in your business is investing in yourself. And it is saying to yourself, I can do this. I will do this. And when things don't happen, or when shit hits the fan, then you're so invested into your business that it doesn't really matter. You look at it and go, okay, this is a situation for me to do better. How am I going to do that? And you plant all the seeds and you put all the processes in place in order for it to be better next time. Because what happens is when you run a business, it's like this, isn't it?
It's like a roller coaster.
Up, down,
it's a massive
up,
roller
down.
coaster.
Today we had some not nice things happen to us this morning, and we were on rock bottom. But we've looked at that situation and gone, how do we overcome it? What do we do? And now we're starting to get windy. Yeah, we're starting to slowly climb up from that happened this morning. But that's what is going to happen. So by investing in your business, your mind is already there. Your mind is ready to say, I'm going to go down and I'm going to come up, and I'm going to go back down again. And that is just business.
Pretty much. Yeah. And that's any business. You look at a takeaway store or anything. It's all the same.
Yeah. So mindset is definitely right. And by having the right mindset, you will boost your OV. Yeah. Because you will look at your tree, you will look at your team, and you will say to yourself, okay, I'm having a really crappy month this month, but I'm prepared to invest in this, and how am I going to increase it?
Yeah, we did a whole recording on mindset too. So if you haven't watched that one, go back and watch that one. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. So some really strategic ways, I guess, and something that you guys might want to consider putting in your plan is the rest. So oil camp. If you haven't looked at oil camp yet, go to your gold leader and have a chat to them about it. Oil camp is ran by Rebecca Barlow, which is our upline, and then for anyone underneath her, and of course you guys all fall under her banner. Your gold leader will generally run it. So what oil camp is it's a program where you can invite all of your enrolled people, and then they get incentives for using their oils. So you teach them how to use their oils. Like one day might be lemon, the next day might be peppermint. It might be a free giveaway if they post how they've used it. And it's a really good way to get people using their oils and understanding their oils. And then what happens is once they understand their oils, they will then buy more oils because they understand them, they know how to use them, and they want to keep using them. So oil camp is really great for your business. So I encourage you to please look into oil camp. The next one is to, again, invest your time into your business and use the rank tracker. So I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, and it's a really great way to monitor your business. So I'm going to quickly share my screen with you. Hold on, I don't have it quite set up yet. Okay, so what you do is you go to foodalchemy.com.au. Can you guys all see my screen? Yep. And then what you do is you go to oils. Come on. Oils and oil resources. And then here is the rank tracker. And you can download the template here. So what happens is, am I sharing too much information? If I share mine, probably am. So you download the file and you get this blank template. I don't know why Excel's doing that. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll go back to Premiere. So you type in like your details. So you type in, if I go back to an elite, you know that as an elite you need an overall volume of 3,000. So what you can do is you can pop in your people for your tree. So you'll pop in that your goal is 3,000. You know, you might have someone sitting at I don't know, 400 overall volume, and then you know you need another 2,600 volume in order to get there. Once you start using this tracker, you'll understand it, and it is a really good way to keep track of your business. You've been using it, haven't you, Rebecca? Yeah. And how are you? I'll unmute you. How are you finding it? Oops.
Yeah, it's good. I was just going to ask you though what that pending OV means. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to put in that box there.
So pending OV is the like when someone has their LRP template set up but it hasn't shipped yet. So, and then you're pending like what they're due to have shipped out.
To physically go through the tree and work out the pending OV. That's a big job.
Yeah, it is, but I don't do the pending OV. Yeah. What I do is once a week I update my tracker. I actually don't use that field because oh God, I'd be there forever typing all of that in. So I just use the current OV and then I have a look at what what needs to be topped up for that current OV. Yeah. But
as well, every couple of days I'll just log in and fill in the main boxes, and it does give me a really good idea of where I'm standing for the month, so I'm liking it.
Yeah. The other thing that's really good about it is when you get enrollments and they sit over on your right hand side, you can look at your rank tracker and it's all there in front of you, and you can go, okay, I actually need the volume in this leg, so I'm going to move that person over there. If you know, if it's a good fit. But it is a good thing. And I think I do encourage people to use it right from the start, because for a few reasons. One, it's going to give you motivation because you're going to know exactly how much volume you need in order to hit rank again. But it's also a really good tool to look back on as well. So, you know, if you fill it out right from the start, in a year's time, you'll be able to look back and go, oh, wow, look at how much I've grown.
Yeah, you'll have all the data as well to play with and to show your builders and, you know, their builders and etc.
Yeah. So that's another thing. And again, that's just investing in your business. It is going to boost your OV because you're going to see where you're lacking and how you need to make it up. The other one that is a given is just plan, and goals. And again, planning, goals, we've already spoken lots about this. I'm sure you guys all know how to do it. And if you're new, go back and have a look at the planning training sessions that we have already ran. But if you're not planning and you're not setting goals, your business is not going to work at the end of the day.
Don't get stuck down in the planning though. You actually then have to do.
Yes.
So a lot of people get stuck in I plan and do a lot of planning and then don't actually do any doing. So you need to plan, but don't plan too far out that it's never going to happen. Like, don't be like, oh, I'll plan to do a Facebook Live in 3 months. Like, you need to plan and then do.
Yeah. So another topic I've got is be comfortable with the uncomfortable, because in doTERRA, you're going to be doing a lot of firsts. You're going to be hosting a workshop for the first time. You're going to be hosting an information class for the first time. You're going to be doing Facebook Live for the first time. You're going to be doing a lot of firsts. So you really need to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. And then that goes back to your planning and goals, because planning is safe. You're planning. You're in control. You've got it all in front of you. I feel safe. I'm safe right now planning. And then people go, I don't want to do it. I've got this big plan. Oh no, it's not perfect enough. I need to do it. I need to do this a bit
more. You'll find a way to back out. So you just need to do it.
I'm waiting for my roller balls and no. And then the roller balls come and it's like, oh, I think I need one more oil. I'm just going to get one more oil and then I'll be set up. And that one oil comes like.
A big one is I don't know enough.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about every single oil. Neither do I.
Yeah. So we like to say, set the date, invite, plan. Right? That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. You need to have that date. You need to send out those invites, because that will get a rocket up your ass and you will start planning. Okay, so I was speaking about that one. This one?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Facebook. We really need you guys to realize that Facebook is not everything. Facebook is a lot, but Facebook is not everything. And I would love to see you guys go back to doing what you would have done 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because that is what is going to grow your business. Facebook is not going to grow your business.
And it's hard to think what you might have done before Facebook existed. And when we think about it, it's only like 10 or 12 years or something. It's ridiculous that it's taken over our whole entire lives and it's really become a part of business and all of those things, which is true. And it can definitely help improve your business, but it almost needs to be just that little improvement, not your entire business. So I know we sort of sit here and say that.
Yeah, it's easy for us to say.
And it kind of contradicts a little bit what we do. But at the same time, we do public speaking and we do other things as well. And we're on another few other social platforms. And we have not just relied on Facebook. We obviously have a huge website and a lot of things as well. So if we just relied on Facebook, we wouldn't be where we are either. Like no. We've had to rely on all sorts of other things as well. And with Facebook, like it changes all the time. You are not in control of Facebook. Facebook own Facebook. You don't own Facebook. So if they decide to make some type of change and that affects your business, you can't control that. So you need to think beyond Facebook and just use that as an assistance tool, not as your only way of communicating and doing everything with your customers and clients, because it'll eventually backfire. So that's, think outside. Okay, email lists is another way to grow your business. And we've talked about that before and we harp on about that all the time. you know, if you do just want to run a social media platform, then you're going to need to think outside of Facebook and work some other social platform into it. And there's others to choose from. Others are harder to grow your audience, so just pick wisely, but only stick to one or two at a time. So if you're doing Facebook and Instagram, don't do Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat and Pinterest, and, you know, don't do all of them. That's just too hard. So just do one or two at a time and then move on to a third one eventually, like, you know, when you've mastered the first two. But it's also, you need to go, okay, if the computer did not exist and my phone and all that didn't exist, what would I have done? And you would have been on the phone, which we've spoken about before. You would have met people in person and touched them, been able to touch them. You would have, you know, be turning up in lounge rooms. You would be hosting face-to-face classes and face-to-face events. And again, you know, it can be hard to get people to those events, but when they're there, they're the people that want to be there as well. So you might have had
quality over quantity.
Yeah, you might have an event that, you know, you only get one or two people to, or sometimes even none. But that doesn't mean give up either. That just means book in another one. And, you know, people are busy and it is that crazy time of year and everyone's away on holidays and all those things. So don't let that kind of discourage you from doing it again and again. And maybe it was the type of event you ran that didn't, you know, they didn't feel encouraged to come because you may have only put it out on Facebook. And it's really easy to ignore Facebook.
Yeah. Yep. I do it all the time. I get invited to things all the time, weekly. Like all of these party plan things. I just ignore them. And I know that's really rude because that is really rude because I run a business doing this, but I don't have time. It's not because I don't like the person or I don't like their products or, you know, I love Norwex. I'm not going to go to a party every fortnight. So, but if someone said to me in person, I'd love to teach you about essential oils. I would love to educate you and your family and how you can live a little bit more low tox. I would go, oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, or I'd love to treat you to a spa hour, or I'd love to show you how to cook with essential oils, or I'd love to show you how to, you know, I don't know, improve your immune system, or use them with your pets and animals, or there's a zillion things.
There's
like a zillion things. So just think
cleanse
outside.
And restore kit, or the make and take clip class, or there's so many that you could do, and it's not party plan. It's not. And that's the thing when you're advertising these classes, is that you're never referring to party plan. That's why we hate incentives for enrollment so much, because it's so party plan. And the incentive for being at a class is the education. So if you can get that through in the way you invite, then you will get a lot more people there.
And if we're talking about, like, we're obviously just, this is all about boosting our OV. So that's with our current enrollments as well. So if you're hosting regular make and takes or regular training sessions on how to use their oils, and you can call them that once a month, or, you know, whatever, once every 6 weeks, or whatever fits into your schedule, do a call out to all the people you've already enrolled and get them to come around and enjoy a drink and some dip and show them and teach them so that they reorder and, you know, have demonstrations there, have things set up, because we obviously all have enrollments, because otherwise you wouldn't be here sitting at ranks. And if you've got enrollments, re-invite them, keep them coming back, going back. And, you know, I refer to scrapbooking all the time because it's something I loved doing. And I went all the time because I was going to be taught something new. I mean, I was going to be taught a new technique or a new way to make a card, or a new stamp was it released or whatever. And I went all the time, and I loved going because it got me out of the house, and I started to meet new people and we became a little circle of friends. And the same can happen with your oil business. You can have regular workshops and classes and just teach those same people over and over again, but something new that they haven't done before. I recently, just to prove to myself, and Tiffany did this in our last training session, she wrote a list of 30 things she could do over a month to talk about the oils. And I was like, I wonder if I could come up with 30 Facebook lives, and we're talking don't rely on Facebook, but I wanted to prove to myself that I could come up with 30 Facebook Live sessions and do one a day. And Joe's like, good luck with that.
So I look forward to seeing it. Awesome.
So I did. I was like, and it took me all day. Like I kept going back to the sheet and I'm like, oh, there's another one. Oh, that's another one. Oh, there's another one. And I wrote this big long list of 30 Facebook Lives I can do and do one a day. So whether I actually do the one a day, we'll see. But it proved to me that also that, I had to still think about that. That was actually a little bit difficult. I want to share that with our team. It's something that we can all do together. And, there's definitely ways to keep boosting your OV without having to look for new enrollments as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that comes back down to your vision, your mission, and what you're all about. And, 30 Facebook Lives with everything that we have going on running 2 companies, you think, okay, love the idea. Not sure it's quite going to be able to do it.
I'm putting it off till April.
We have said, though, why don't we pre-record them and then upload them up to Facebook as an actual video, not a YouTube clip. But then we can double it over into our YouTube channel as well. So we're hitting 2 things. And once a week, we will do an email out with the 7 videos that have just been posted. So it's like planning. Okay, 30 videos, 1 email a week with the 7 videos for that week. Double it over into our YouTube channel. Bang, bang, bang. We're giving everyone so much content, and they will then buy oils, hopefully, which will boost our OV.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Okay.
I might need a rocket up my butt to record 30.
I might be able to help.
Yeah, Joe will be behind me.
Now, incentives for those that have already enrolled. You've all seen the big gift that the Golds and we have put together. That's the first incentive we've ever done in order for people to buy product and incentivize them to. It's
not for enrollments though.
Purchase.
It's for already enrolled.
Yeah. Did I say? Yeah, already enrolled.
Already enrolled.
Incentive for those already enrolled, because we don't want to be encouraging incentives to enroll. So you could look at doing that, and it doesn't have to be a big expensive gift like what we've just put together. It really doesn't. You could have a spare oil in your cupboard that you got for free because it was the 200 PV promo, or the 125 oil of the month, or you could have some spare hand cream or a couple of toothpaste. Anything. It does not need to be expensive. It could be a $10, $11 Modern Essentials app. Like, it doesn't have to be expensive. Yeah. It could be that you're doing a DIY workshop and you're going to give the lucky person there a gift. You're going to give them what you make on the day. So that could be another way to, make it fun and inviting. So, yeah, think about all those type of things. The other thing is that we keep saying it over and over and over again, to set up your mailing list. So every time someone enrolls, they go into a certain list, and then you need to be emailing those people because you need them to buy product in order to keep your business alive and in order to get them using their oils more for their own health benefits.
Something else to add to that too is when you're sending out your mail list, let them know that there's other places to go to get information. So don't always just be like, oh, it's always coming from you. So say, hey, if you're on Instagram, do you follow doTERRA AU or whatever the doTERRA one is? Or do you follow doTERRA or doTERRA Science? Like, there's a whole bunch of doTERRA ones that are from doTERRA themselves. So, you might be like, hey guys, you're on this, I've just discovered it, or whatever. If you're on Instagram, go check it out because it's a great thing to follow. And then that encourages them because they post beautiful photos and some like recipes and different things. Or, hey, you might not have seen, but they have there's about 5 or 6 ebooks that doTERRA put together on all different things. So, maybe on your next mail out, include one of the ebooks. You haven't even put it together. It's just done for you. And you can include that in your mail out and be like, you might not have seen it. I've just made this recipe. Share a photo of you with the recipe that you might have made and here's the ebook that I got it from. And then they'll read through the ebook and be like, oh, I really like that. Look at that one and that one and that one.
Yeah.
And there's heaps of things on the doTERRA website that you guys can use, recipes and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And even information. So again, with your mailing list or even Facebook or any social media platform or even in person, you can talk about the doTERRA science and, share the YouTube videos that doTERRA do of them sourcing their oils, and all of those, use that all to your advantage to continue to educate your enrollments in just how good the oils are, especially the science ones they put together. They're quite informative.
Yeah. 95% of what you post on social media needs to be social, needs to be content that these people can get for free to use to benefit their life at the end of the day. That's what we're all on Facebook for, is for a gossip session or to help me for free. And Facebook will recognize that and reward you for that. Like, once they see that you're being social, they will see that. But by you posting that you've got a class coming up, Facebook aren't going to share that. That's why it's so important you need to get into people's faces personally. I was going somewhere with that. Oh, so when you do a Facebook Live, because no one's turned up to your class, you're like, stuff, I'm going to host the class or the workshop over Facebook Live. What you do is you upload that into YouTube, or you share that Facebook Live out in your mailing list. So just because no one turned up in person, spread it over the internet and then send it to your mail list. We just did that yesterday. We shared the webinar that we did.
Yeah,
on the DIY
repurpose. Doesn't have to be your content. If we've done a Facebook Live that you think your audience would love, or a recipe or something, or someone else in Facebook land or YouTube or whatever, you can repurpose their stuff as long as it's all linked back to them. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The other one
I'm going to butt in. Sorry, you all know doTERRA do webinars, don't you? Does everyone know that? Am I getting nods? So repurpose those. There's oodles of them. If
all the replays are on the doTERRA website.
I can't see everyone when I ask that question.
So they're up in your dashboard. So when you log into mydoterra.com and you go to the shop tab, there's a massive banner along the top. And it says
Empowered Life Series.
Yeah,
or
what
something.
is it at the moment? Back to school or something it was. I know they've just ran a back to school one. And
it'll be
it might be in the dashboard tab. Anyway, it's in your back office. It's about this wide and it sits at the top.
And it took me about a year and a half to discover it.
Ignore those big long banners that doTERRA put together. You'll see it when you go in there.
Yeah.
Okay, the other one is that you need to run reports. So in your dashboard tab, there's all these reports down the right-hand side. And you can click on that report and it will bring you up whatever you want to see, whatever the report is. So we've just done a massive report on who hasn't purchased in the last, so we ran this through Detailed Genealogy, which you can do as well, but you can click on report that says who hasn't purchased in the last 3 months, or you can open up your Detailed Genealogy and you can filter it all out to see when their last order was placed. So we went from the 30th of September backwards, and we came up
to current.
No, who hasn't ordered since the 30th of September. To now. And
to current, not backwards.
Yeah. And there was 130 odd people. But we've got a team of 2,000. So I actually thought, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what we've done is we have invested money into it, and we bought, I'll show you actually.
We've spent about $1,000 and we thought it was worth it.
It's for about 150 people.
Yeah. And anyway, we've bought a pack of staff and all sorts of things, little booklets and little things, and we're sending that out to them. Joe's just going to grab it, what we've ordered. But you guys can order whatever you want or send whatever you want. Or it might just be get on the phone. If you've only got 10 people, ring 10 people. We weren't ringing 130. We probably could if it was our full-time job. There's 2 of us, so we probably could call 130 people, but it would take us a good couple of days to do that. But if I only had a team of 5, like if I had 5 people that hadn't ordered in 3 months, I would call 5 people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Courtesy
Pick
call.
up the phone.
Say, how you going? Oh, not bad. And they'll be a bit standoffish. And you go, hey, go with your oils. Like, have you used your Home Essentials kit? Like, figure out what they purchased to start with and then just have a chat to them. Don't be scared to do that.
I'd really love to invite you to my upcoming workshop on how to better use your oils that you've just bought.
Or if they're not in your area, I'll send you an email right now on how you can use your oils, and it might go in your junk folder, so check there, and just encourage them.
Yeah.
So we've got a little sample toothpaste, which you get from the US, and a little sample shampoo and conditioner. Both of those are from the US. We decided not to get the deep blue because it's called ice blue in Australia and we didn't want to confuse people. So we bought them. And then
I'll answer you in a sec, Diane.
And then from Aroma Tools, we have got the rest. So we've got an A to Z guide on how to use essential oils. And I'll just open up one page and it says what all the oils are and how to use them. And then you've got, this is G, hold on, it's G and H, so headache. And it will tell you what oils are good for headache. So that's the A to Z guide.
Little pamphlet.
We've got a diffuser blend booklet. So there's a whole heap of diffuser blends in there. We've got the inspired little pot sample book. So there's quite a few recipes in here. There's deodorant, there's sunscreen, insect repellent, dishwashing tablets, a few different recipes and a few more than that.
So that came from the Inspired Little Pot herself.
It did. Yes, it did.
Not Aroma Tools.
And then we've just got some sheets that we got from Aroma Tools. So essential oil and emotions. We've got essential oils and the brain for children and essential oils and the brain for adults. And these were made by a doctor.
Got a doctor in psychology.
And
they're just from Aroma Tools. So you guys, you can have a look through Aroma Tools. There's oodles of different ones to choose from.
Then we got 4 more. Emergency oils, lifelong vitality, cooking with essential oils, and stress less essential oils. They're not going to read every single one of these. I know that. I wouldn't read them all if someone sent them to me, but I would definitely pick up the ones that resonated with me.
Yeah.
And have a look. And hopefully, and then we've got a cute little note going in saying,
little handwritten
note.
A
handwritten note, and it says, hey Beck, notice you haven't put a doTERRA order in for a while. Here's some information to give you some inspiration. Love, Joe and Tracy. That's all that they say. And what we're also doing is we're putting them into an email list. And then what we're going to do is we're going to email them out about 10 days later and say to them, you know, hey Beck, just wondering if you got the pack in the mail. Hopefully you find it really useful. And then we'll just link in the mydoterra.com so they can just click on it and order. And then we'll probably follow them up again in another, 10 days or something, and or even just send them out our regular emails from then on.
Or we might offer, haven't really discussed what we exactly we're sending in the email, but it might even say, here's our number if you want to ring us.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll let them know. Yeah. Anyway, but basically all we're doing is getting back into their life pretty much.
Yeah.
And I think we have, the last one on my list.
I'll answer Diane first.
Okay.
If someone enrolled in the Systemixon team, like under a Systemixon, but then we are now the sponsors, do they appear on your report or ours?
They appear on both. So we're just doing this for our personal enrollments only.
Yeah.
So if they're in your team but they're our personal enrollment, we will be sending this out to them. So just only focus on your own personal enrollments.
Yeah. You can see who the enroller is by their ID number. So we've just crossed out anyone unless it's our ID number.
Yep. The very last one on my list is stop comparing yourself to others. Stop comparing yourself to us over Facebook land, because we've already done this for 4 years. We're not it's already established. So stop comparing yourself, because I do know a lot of you compare yourselves to us and think that we run our business over social media. but we're different. It wasn't our goal to earn any money when we started. For 2 years, we earned nothing because our goal was to educate people with our recipes and share them over Facebook and build our social media channel. That was our goal, and we did that for 2 years for $0. So please don't look at us and our massive Facebook following and think that we earn money from it. We didn't. So you really need to stop comparing yourselves and other people, like other diamonds and golds, even if you're an executive.
It's nice to be inspired by those people, and there's a difference between inspire and compare. And you know, it's really easy to compare and be like,
we've done it. Oh my God,
I'd like to be like Jessie Remus, who just takes a year off, and you know, when can we get there? Like, it's really nice to be inspired by that, but we could compare ourselves to heaps of blue diamonds that have way bigger teams to us and all sorts of things happening in their lives and flit around the country and stuff, but we don't want to be like them, but we get inspired by them. So there's a difference.
And it's so easy to get bogged down into what other people are doing.
Yeah.
What we did that about, I'm going to say 18 months ago now. We were really lost. We were like, oh, but she's doing that. Maybe we need to do that. She's doing that. We need to do that.
And we tried to be on every social media platform. We were like Snapchatting and Pinteresting and all these things, and it was just ridiculous.
Yeah. And then we woke up and went, this is not serving us any purpose at all.
It's stressing us out.
What we're doing is we're doing that job half done, that job's half done, that one's half done. We had all these half done jobs everywhere because we're trying to keep up with what everyone else was doing. And what we did was we unfollowed, unlike, unfollow. And not because we didn't like him, but we just needed to stop comparing ourselves, and we needed
it free from didn't need it in my newsfeed.
We just needed to run our own race and come back to our own mission. So if you're in that situation at the moment and you're sitting back going, oh, well, they do it really well on Facebook, why can't I? Just unfollow. Honestly, just unfollow.
Don't unfollow us though.
Can if you want.
No, but if you want to. Honestly, if you want to, because truth be told, I don't follow everybody in our team because it would flood my news feed with hundreds of you, sorry. And every now and then I just unfollow a whole heap of people because it's not that I don't want to see what you're doing and I don't get, happy and like joyful for you guys, but it kind of just floods my news feed, and you can imagine, and we've got like hundreds, so it's crazy town. So yeah, it is really important that you just take that step back, and if that means you're unfollowing people that you still really like, you can stay in contact with them in other ways.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, I'm in a lot of groups because I find groups really motivational for me. I can pop a question in there and, they like I look at other people's questions and I use them as real motivation and inspiration. But it's the actual pages when you see, I don't know, like I see another blogger launch a big event or they launch a book and, our book isn't out yet and we're like, oh, damn it, our book is not out yet and they've just released theirs, and that's not healthy. So it's that type of stuff that you don't want to be doing.
Yeah.
Cool. A lot of people don't see your lives till later. They probably won't, and that's okay.
So if that is happening though, Sherry, then maybe you're doing your Facebook Live at the wrong time. So if you're doing it at 10 o'clock in the morning and they're watching it at 8 o'clock at night, then do it at 8 o'clock at night.
And you'll find all that out in your stats. So just go back through your stats of Facebook and see when people are online the most.
Yeah.
See where they're online the most as well. Like our biggest audience is in Perth. So if we're going to target Perth, then we're obviously going to do things 3 hours ahead of time because they're 3 hours behind us, and we're going to play it smart. And look, again, that's back at investing in your business and looking at the stats and like every little nitty gritty detail of where and how, and it's not about us, it's about them, and
and I say that, but don't go out of
don't run your life
don't run your life around it either, because we do obviously nighttime gigs every now and then, but I'm not going to do 30 Facebook Lives at 8 o'clock at night, I can tell you now. So it's it's going to revolve around me as well and what fits in for my schedule. But when there's something really important, like we're launching Additive-Free Made Easy right now, we have got nighttime things scheduled in, and that's what we've planned, and we know it's coming. And as much as we hate them, because it's, you know, it's our downtime
Sometimes.
especially on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, you're all coming along to our cook along on Sunday.
So, you know,
we love doing it at 3 o'clock on a Sunday.
I love it so much. But anyway, you know, like sometimes it has to be about the business, but then other times it has to be about you. So don't be bogged down in that. But if you're finding that it's just constantly never happening for you, you might need to go out of that time zone and choose a different time zone to do your Facebook Lives.
Even just while you're growing as well, like, you know, you need to work hard in the first 12 months, let's face it. And sometimes that comes down to your plans and goals as well and what you want to achieve. But I know when we really started going, okay, I want to leave my job, like when shit got real, we went, okay, we just have to do a few things outside of when it suits us and do it for the audience. But, you know, short-term pain for long-term gain, and it depends what you want to achieve.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Jackie. Well, that's rude.
You're forgiven.
She said I booked a class at 2 p.m, so I won't be yours at 3.
You're fine. I forgive you.
Yeah.
Questions. Unmute yourself, guys, and ask some questions, and then we'll get going. Okay.
Right. Good.
Good chat. Okay. No worries.
No
then.
questions. Not a single one. Nothing. Who's online? Who can I see? I saw.
Was that useful? Found the pack helpful that you showed. Thanks for being here, guys, as well. It's really nice to see that you guys are here. Like, we've got a lot of people that show up every Wednesday, second Wednesday now, and yeah, it's awesome. Like, I do want to say thank you, and that you guys are doing really well. And it just, yeah, I don't know, like, there's a lot of you that show up, and I think that it's so good.
Yeah, it is. And so next week we will be in Uluru, so you won't probably hear a lot from us next week. So yeah, have a really good week, and we'll be Facebook Living from Uluru.
Well, I noticed even when I send mine goes to the junk folder. How do you stop this? Yeah, you can't. I send some instructions to do the Outlook. You can't stop it from going into junk. The only thing you could do is when you put them in the mail list, send them a text message and just say, hey, I've just sent you an email. You're now in my email list, but it's probably gone into your junk folder. So can you just approve it out of your junk folder? So you could do that. Yeah. Have fun. I will. We'll have fun. Took MailChimp on board halfway through my sequence. Lots and lots to learn. Yeah, it's fine once you know how, but it will take you a little bit to get your head around. So just be prepared for that. But it's easy once you know how. I say that.
Yeah, no, it's good. If I can do it, trust me, anyone can, because I am no good on computers.
Have a great fortnight, because we won't speak to you really again. And in the next fortnight, how about we look at maybe what you've done? Like, what have been some really great wins for you in this fortnight? And we'll pull a few people out, and you can talk about your wins and see how you're going.
Sorry, I do have one more question. Sorry, this is a bit noisy. They've got detours running past my house. So when you're enrolling someone, I have found a couple of times now that someone will say, yeah, they want to enroll, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes getting them to actually go online and log it in themselves and do it, or even, can you give me a credit card details so I can do it for them? What's the best way to get around that? Because I find sometimes people don't even end up enrolling at all because you've left it. You kind of haven't taken that next step unless they're at a class with you.
Can you make a one-on-one appointment with them?
Yeah, what about just calling them and say, hey, I'm just about to process your order. Have you got 2 minutes? And I'll just ask you the questions. And then just go, name, last name, address. Okay, what's your credit card? Type it in. Done.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. do that. Yeah, make a one-on-one.
Yeah, have coffee. Sometimes people are too
make it
busy
really
to
social.
do that. I would just call. Like, I'm all about just now. Like, call.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, just putting your order through. Just want to get some details.
Okay, no worries. Cool.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
I've got a question. It's not really related, but I don't know, other people might
Go
have
for it.
So one of the girls in my team enrolled her first person yesterday, and I noticed this morning that she isn't on the LRP, and I contacted her and I said, you know, if you're wanting to earn commission, you need to put your LRP to over 100 so that you'll be paid for this enrollment order. And she's happy to do that, but we're wondering if the LRP has to process this month or if she can set up the LRP for next month.
It needs to be this month.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she'll be paid fast start on Thursday, so it needs to be set up by Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Well, yeah, tomorrow. And well, that could be processed this afternoon.
She just needs to set it up. She just needs to have it there. She doesn't have to have actually ordered.
She does.
She has to have actually ordered.
Yeah, that's your overhead of running a doTERRA business. Oh, good question.
I have a feeling it has to be processed.
Do you know what? To get fast start, it doesn't, because if you enroll someone at a class, then you would set up their, like, you know, if there's 2 people, I would set up your LRP, you would enroll that person, and then you will get paid the fast start because your LRP is in place. But I reckon for this month, it needs to go through in order to get commission.
So this month.
Which you won't get commission till 60 days later anyway. So I guess she could do it next month.
Yeah. Better to set the LRP up.
I might have to ask.
She's happy to set it up now. I told her to do it ASAP.
Yeah.
But we were just wondering whether it actually had to process this month or if she could set it up for, you know, next month and get the product of the month or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know either. See, we don't know everything.
Yeah. Maybe ask your account manager.
Yeah. All right.
And let us know the answer. So then we know. I'm guessing that she does have to, but I could be wrong. I'm actually talking to we've got an appointment with Dad this afternoon, so I'll ask her.
Okay, that'll be awesome.
Kelly said, pretty sure it needs to be processed this month for fast start.
I'm pretty sure it does as well.
Anyone else find their... Oh, sorry. Good?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
Anyone else find their team is frightened of LRP? Yes. Yep.
Yeah, and that's just up to us to educate them
that it's not scary.
And some people just will not want a bar of it. Like, they just won't. So that's when we need to keep showing them what we got in our LRP and that it's not scary, and share some testimonials with them. And people might need to see it about 20 times before they're willing to place an LRP order.
Yeah. Or, you know, it's totally optional. Like, it's just education. At the end of the day, you just need to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. You can opt out whenever you feel like. It's not a lock-in contract. You don't have to do this. You get, you know, points back on postage. So you can't, you know, if you're ordering. And again, one of the reports you can do in your back office is you can see who's ordered over 100 points, not on the LRP.
Yep.
So again, get on the phone. Look, I've noticed you've ordered the last 3 orders not on an LRP. Do you realise you are missing out on X, Y, Z?
And then just say to them, like, if they go, I don't want to be a part of it, and it's like, okay, but you do realise that the last 3 orders you would be up to about, you know, 90 to 100 points by now, because you get your shipping back as well. And they're like, oh.
Yeah. But every single phone call we make about, and we talk to our enrolments or people, anyone we talk to, if they're not already on LRP, I don't want a bar of it. They don't want anything to do with it. You have to convince them. And you're convincing it because it is better for them. Yeah. And, like, if they know you personally, and a lot of our enrolments obviously don't, but they have a trust relationship with us because of our brand and everything we do. So, like, I will say, do you honestly think I would put you into a program that was crap? Like, it just wouldn't happen. I would never recommend anything I didn't believe in. So, like, be really brutal with them. Like, if they're a friend or a family member, like, really, you don't trust that I would I'm not going to lock you into something you don't want to be in. I just want you to try it because you're going to love it. But you need to trust me enough to love it. And if you don't know them from a bar of soap, then you just sort of have to build that relationship with them to earn that trust with them.
All right, lovelies. Have a great fortnight. And we're going to have a great trip to Uluru.
Jo's going to love the plane flight.
Yeah, I'm not excited about that. I have to get on like 3 planes to get there because now I live in the middle of nowhere.
Hey, it's beautiful here.
It's like feeling the isolation a little bit with clothes and
whinge.
things.
Seriously, whinge.
Postage. My bloody order takes about
whinge.
900 days to get here from Sydney.
I'm ringing the ambulance.
Anyway, see you guys. Bye.